All right, time now is 9:48 a.m. in the morning on October 27th. Um, why is my phone so bright? I don't know what happened. So yeah, I slept from 2:55. I'm happy I slept earlier than 3, but that's not much of a difference. And then I woke up at 9, except I went back to bed. And that's when I made a mistake because I don't know why, but time just flew by when I was on the bed again, and by the time I woke up again, it was 9:40, which is fucked because I actually planned to leave my apartment at 9:45 to the main campus. So now I'm already late. So that's great. So yeah, I'm waking up early today because I have to go to the Club Row, which is the fourth club fair, as far as I know, that's organized by the college, and I have to go again. So yeah, and this time it's gonna be Halloween themed, and Thomas hates that. Um, yeah, so this basically means I don't have time to do push-ups and sit-ups. I actually planned to do an album review, except I woke up at 9:40 now, so I guess I can't do that. Um, yeah, yeah, and that's pretty much it. I can't really do much now, can I? So I'm gonna eat something quick breakfast, and then I'm just gonna leave, and that's pretty much it. And then tonight at 8:30 p.m., another interesting event will happen because I and Pepper will join a Zoom meeting um, alongside with the founder of the HKOS to talk about plans to sort of with HKOS. Um, yeah, so that's gonna be fun because I get to do something with Hong Kong and film and HKOS. That storyline has a bit of a continuation, so that's good. That's good. So yeah, and last night Pepper spoke to me again. So again, I don't know what's going on with Pepper. I really don't. I'd like to think that she's struggling to think about me just as much as I'm struggling to think about her. But I don't think that's the case. I overthink things. I am the only one suffering. I'm the only one struggling. She's probably doing fine. Um, but last night Pepper WhatsApped me voluntarily asking me, um, will I apply to Boston University? I won't because I already have 7 schools to apply to. Boston University is just too much. But yeah, it's surprising because usually after one long day with Pepper, one long day with a person, you wouldn't want to talk to them again. You want to, give yourself a break. But Pepper's not giving herself a break. But then another thing is in WhatsApp, I used to be able to see Pepper's profile picture. It's gone again. I can't see it anymore. So I'm not in her trusted circle anymore, I guess. Or maybe it's a glitch, a bug of sorts. I don't know. But hey, guess what? I won't be seeing Pepper today, but I'll be hearing from her anyways. Um yeah. And I heard HKOS is organizing something this Saturday. If I go, Pepper probably will be there. And this also kind of means I probably won't go to church this Sunday because I'm tired as fuck. And then at some point later, I and Pepper will probably go out together and buy some fancy clothes for Asian World Film Festival. Hopefully. So yeah, but I don't know. I feel like I'll just let the nature work its course and I won't force anything. Um, I feel like, yeah, again, with yesterday morning and how Pepper and Andrea talked about perhaps Pepper's already, you know, into other guys, I feel like Pepper will eventually like keep a distance from me. But I don't know. I don't know. At least I don't know. I really don't know.
So like last week we analyzed online or here? Over mainly online. Nolan's
No, I
or
definitely have
a
to,
tournament. A tournament.
I like that one. Yeah.
Oh, I love that one.
All right, time now is 3:05. Let me be quick. Let's just talk about what happened today. Yeah, pretty interesting, I'd say. I wouldn't say it's super interesting, but yeah. So yeah, I was late. I left the apartment at around 10:15. I'm supposed to arrive at 10:30. And I walked to the second bus stop. Again, if I want to go to the main campus, I need to take 2 buses. I had to wait 18 minutes for the first freaking bus, so I'm like, screw it, I'll just walk to the second bus stop. So I did, and I had to wait for another fucking 11 minutes for the second bus to show up. Hopped on it, got off, and by the time I got off, it was like 11:05. But it's fine. There's nothing. I'm happy I'm late. I know that sounds weird, but it's actually fine being late. Like, even Thomas was later than me. Thomas was like, "Oh, you gotta arrive at 10:30." Well, he didn't. He arrived halfway through the event today. Yeah, and I thought a lot of people would dress up. Leslie, the Chinese girl, DM'd me on Instagram saying, "Oh wow, a lot of people dressed up. Somebody dressed up as Buzz Lightyear." Turns out, only about 5% of people dressed up, and it's nothing that crazy. It's just, some makeup, maybe. Again, Buzz Lightyear. Theo's the pirate again. This is the 3rd or the 4th time. I think the 3rd time he's dressed up as a pirate for a campus event. And that's pretty much it. Not a lot of people dressed up. So I'm glad I didn't dress up, or at least try something. I almost thought about wearing the detective suit, which is only for very special occasions. I'm glad I didn't even bring it. I'm so glad. But yeah, I arrived, and it's just Leslie and Red, and that's it. And Theo showed up a little bit later, just a minute or 2 later than me. And then Mateusz, the Polish guy, showed up a little later as well. That's pretty much it. And it's literally the same thing as Club Awareness Day. We set up a booth almost at the exact same position, and yeah, just the same thing. I just stood around. It was boring. I chatted with Leslie. So my speculations was right. So I thought it's weird that a Chinese person would have an English name, and I asked Leslie if her name comes from like Leslie Zheng, and she's like, yeah. And then she fist bumped me because I'm one of the few people who figured that out. So yeah, there's that. I met a few not interesting, but I met a few people. There's this second generation Hungarian girl, or first generation Hungarian girl who's working for the newspapers of the college, and she spoke with Leslie a lot, and not much with me. I guess I just don't look as sociable. But wait until Thomas gets here. Thomas is like the least sociable person here. Like, as much as he tries to be talkative and everything, like, he just doesn't have that easygoing, fluffy personality. Yeah, so I spoke to her a little bit. And then there's this Malaysian photographer, this photographer from Malaysia. I thought she's Native American because she has particularly brown skin, but she's Malaysian. But she doesn't look like Chinese, Han Chinese, so I'm guessing she's indigenous Malaysian, if that makes sense. I don't want to offend anyone. I don't know much about Malaysian demographics, but like, she's from an island in the west side. It starts with a T. I forgot the name, but she's from an island, so that makes a lot of sense. So she's one of the more like local, like non-Han Malaysians. Um, nice music, Cindy. And right off the bat, I ran into Tyler, who's in my Film 2 class, who is also a photographer for the newspapers. And he's like, hey, how's you doing? And then a little bit later, a black girl from my Film 2 class also showed up. But it's different from the other black girl whom I've talked to in the ice cream meetup. It's another black girl, and she's like, oh, yeah, we're in the same class together. I reminded her that. And we talked a little bit, and she's like, yeah, we watch too many pretentious art house movies. I mean, I like them, but I also want to, watch some, you gotta balance it out. She basically said that. That's pretty much it. The Buzz Lightyear, turns out it's Antoine, the Lebanese guy. He's super extroverted. So he's, Kat showed up, and Kat returned my black water bottle that I've been missing for about 3 weeks now, but I'm glad it's in her hands. I trust her. Alba's there, so Alba's like next door to our right, and Alba showed up a little bit, and I spoke to Alba a little bit. So earlier this morning, Alba made an Instagram story saying that the feature film she worked on needs PA. Can I join? But the thing is, it's Sunday, 8:30 a.m. to 7 frickin' p.m. Holy fuck. Wow. I don't know. I don't know if but it's a great opportunity. And also, I've been thinking about the dance thing that Leslie, Alba, and Pepper are filming. Maybe it's for a reason that they only look for girls to film it. Maybe it's a girls only thing. Like maybe it's a very sexually explicit dance, or at least a little bit, and they don't want guys filming because it's kind of creepy. So I totally get it. So I won't pursue that at all. But maybe I'll say yes to Alba. I told Alba I'm pretty nervous. Like I've never worked on a feature film before in my life. Alba's like, no, it's fine. So I don't know. We'll see. I'll talk to Pepper about it. Maybe Pepper has already told Alba about it. I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. Yeah. Not much else really. Japanese Student Association has their booth. They're right across Korean Student Association, and they were fucking playing Spy Family on an iPad. But they were so freaking popular, and they beat the Koreans. And the Chinese Society wasn't there at all. Apparently there is one. Apparently there is a Chinese Student Association of sorts called the ASSA or something, but it's basically one huge WeChat group, and nobody says anything. Or there is another WeChat group. I don't know. But yeah, and that's pretty much it. And then I met a lot of people. Like sometimes people would randomly show up, and I'm like, oh, I know you from somewhere. Oh, I know you from somewhere. And Thomas would be like, I don't know who they are, and that's fucking amazing. I am better than Thomas in terms of socializing. I'm great. Yeah, I'm doing really well. Who's that? I already kind of forgot, but there was one dude, and I was like, oh, I know you from somewhere, But yeah, anyways, I'll say it when I remember it, but I just saw a lot of people, and I'm not like super famous, but people know me. Like when Theo saw me, Theo hugged me again. Like, come on. I have made a significance, and I'm nice. So the Malaysian photographer, she was like, oh, you and Thomas, let's take a photo, for the newspaper. And I'm like, sure. And then Thomas was like, oh, I hate photos. So we posed a little bit, and Thomas just walked off. He's like, oh, I give up. I hate photos. And Thomas asked Mateusz, the Polish guy, to stand in for him. And Mateusz was like, oh, sure. And then after the photo, we even spoke with the photographer for a little while. Yeah, I even walked around a little bit, and I went to the transfer booth where it's a bunch of flyers about transfers, and I spoke to a woman there about transferring, and that's cool. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, again, people are connected. So I and Leslie spoke a lot. Leslie asked me if I really understand Mandarin, like in written form, and I'm like, yeah. So I showed a conversation I had with Jax from Biology 3, who's, really feminine, and I said he's gay. I thought he might be gay. I speculated that he's gay. And she's like, I don't know who he is. Wait, hold on. Is he like very gay? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, oh, I know him. See, they all know each other. We all know each other somehow. And then like when I showed off my Instagram DMs, I also had spoken to the orange-haired girl from Beijing, woman from Beijing. If it's younger than me, it's a boy or girl. If it's older than me, then it's a man or woman, or guy, I guess. But yeah, the orange-haired woman. And Leslie's like, oh, I know her. Well, obviously, I know her because you've seen me speak to her. But yeah, we're all just somehow connected, And yeah, that's pretty much just it. And then afterwards, I don't really have any lunch plans. I have nothing in my meal plans. And Leslie's like, oh, let's go to eat Korean food. And I know what restaurant she's talking about. It's like right across the campus, like across the street. So I'm like, yeah, sure. At first, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go home and cook. But then, you know what? Screw it. And then Thomas like, oh, can I tag along? And or Leslie asked Thomas, and Thomas like, sure, which is shocking because I thought Thomas wouldn't like to, well, not that shocking, but like, okay, interesting. So yeah, me, Leslie, and Thomas went to that same restaurant again, and I ordered a chicken ramen, and it's kind of spicy. But yeah, it's a good meal. And I want to go out and eat more, because more calories. I don't have to cook. But yeah. That's pretty much it. I also I talked to Leslie about like music and scoring because I'm low key curious about like composers, like what sort of musical people can I work with. That's the thing I worry about the most. It's music. And I asked Leslie what she does for music because she goes to a PAC, which is the music campus for my college. And she said she plays a violin. And then I asked her if she knows anyone who plays Chinese instruments, and she's like, yeah, I play the guzheng, but she knows a few people who play erhu and other stuff in percussion, but they're literally in China right now or somewhere else. And Leslie doesn't know composing, but you know what? If she can play the guzheng, it's already good enough. Like I can ask for her help, and she seems nice and trusty. So there's that. But yeah, yeah, that's pretty much it. So I and Leslie and Thomas, we went to the Korean restaurant. Thomas only ordered chicken dumplings. Thomas just reminds me of how I order food back in secondary school, like after school. I would just order a little bit of something, just a tiny thing, just because I don't want to spend too much money. But now I'm more confident, and Leslie ordered a spicy pork bibimbap, and that's it. And it was really spicy, and I ran out of water. And Leslie was like, "Oh, do you want some of my water?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm fine." And then afterwards, and I sat beside Leslie, and then Thomas is the opposite, and I was the second one to order, and Leslie sat down already, and I was like thinking, where should I sit? And Leslie saw that I'm deciding, and she's laughing, and I ended up sitting beside Leslie because I thought, ain't no way Thomas is the kind of person who would want to sit beside a girl, Let me do it. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's it. But yeah, it's whatever. And then yeah, that's it. Yeah. And I and Thomas went back home. We took bus 16 and then bus 4. Yeah. And we talked about film 33 because it's a big thing. And Thomas is so ambitious. Thomas is like, oh, I'm going to pitch my scene. I'm going to pitch my short film idea. and I'm going to bring it to Cannes Film Festival, and hopefully we win, you know. Yeah, sure. It's 4:46. I finally remember what I was going to say. Right, another person I met today is a black woman by the name of Kamiko. And I only know one Kamiko in my life, and that is the black woman who somehow became the vice president of Hong Kong Student Association somehow back in 2020 and 2021, which is kind of funny. And she's really active in like a lot of clubs, and she holds these like weird parties. I don't know. I never thought I would really meet her in real life, but she suddenly showed up today as if she's working for the newspapers or she's working for someone. Associated Students, I think. Some government body, perhaps. But she's like, oh, my name's Kamiko. And I'm like, oh, wait, are you Kamiko's last name? And she's like, yeah. And then I asked her why did she join Hong Kong Student Association and be the vice president. It's because at that point, Hong Kong Student Association was sort of like dead, and she wants to revive it. And she also likes like learning about other cultures, so she just became vice president of Hong Kong Student Association, which literally makes no sense. But yeah, like never had I ever thought I would actually like meet her in person. So yeah, that's very interesting. I've met so many, like I've heard so many names and seen people, and I thought I would never really like meet them in person. But I eventually did. You know, people like Antoine, the Lebanese, or Liana, the Russian girl, the Russian woman, like they all at some point showed up in front of me in person. And that's great, you know. I feel like it's great how I'm really like taking use of my ability, of the fact that I'm in this college right now. I'm not just in this college just to study and go home. You know, I'm really like maximizing my experience here as much as possible. I've never seen a ball game. I've never attended a theater play or a dance or a choir or an orchestral performance, but at least I've heard of them. And I'm somehow like, I've also heard about the newspapers and the Associated Students government body, and of course the film program. I'm pretty deep into it. Like, yeah, there's just so much going on. And even outside of the film program, like there are other classes that are kind of intermingled, like the theater class or digital media post-production classes, and photography as well. Now I'm thinking about joining, I don't know, if I go for digital media post-production next semester, I may run into Leslie, maybe. If I don't do that, then I'll go for photography, then I'll run into Pepper. I don't know, but I still think I'm just stuck between these two, really, because both of these, you know, would help me. I don't want to waste a lot of money just for editing if I can learn it on YouTube. But then at the same time, it seems easier to get an A in that DM post than in photography. And I am more interested in editing than taking photos, you know? But then at the same time, I think photography is also important. If I already know editing, but I don't know anything about photography, I think photography would be better for me. I really don't know. And I also want to take political science. That's definitely in the bag. Not in the bag, but, you know, I definitely have chosen it. But yeah. Oh, and also I spoke to Alba a little bit on Instagram. I asked her some more questions about whether I should sign up to be a PA on this feature film. And Alba's not super encouraging about it, which is concerning, but also it's good that Alba's being honest. You know, she ain't Californian. She ain't the Californian type. So don't expect her to go, oh, just go for it. It's totally fine. Yay. No, she's giving her honest opinion. It's tiring, but it's fine. They're really nice people. They're kind of professional, but they don't expect a PA to be super professional. but they're also really far away because they're shooting the film in Santa Clarita, which is just as far away as me and Whittier. So yeah, it's balls, you know. But I did DM the director of that feature film, asking her if she needs help. You know, gotta try. Courage. I'll talk to Pepper about it, but I've pretty much made my move already. It's 9:01 p.m. I'm in my street clothes because I'm cooking and eating dinner. Just finished the HKOS Zoom meeting with Pepper and the founder of HKOS. I should now refer to her as Miss K. So, yeah, it's quite amazing. It's quite reassuring. So I joined the Zoom meeting and I thought we are just gonna have our, cameras turned off, but and I wanted to go early, so I was like, it's 8:28, maybe I'll join. So I joined and it turns out both Pepper and Miss K were already there. And then I joined and Miss K's like, wow, everyone's like really on time. And everyone like turned on their face and turned on their mics the whole time, like including Pepper, which is rare. I mean, to be fair, it's just 3 people, 3 Hong Kongers. So yeah, I turned on my face cam. I was not prepared for it, but whatever, who cares? And the thing is, the Wi-Fi sucks ass in my room, so I had to move my laptop out to the living room and hold it with my hands, and then I get tired and I bring it back to my room, and then I did this like twice or thrice. But yeah, throughout the Zoom meeting, it's mostly Miss K speaking. She talked about how she actually already started this organization since December of last year, and how it came to be, and the main people involved, Hong, and a bunch of other people. John L is involved, and John L has slowly became one of the most core parts of HKOS. But yeah, right now I officially joined the volunteers. This basically means I'm part of the team of HKOS. Like, it's the dream come true. Not really dream come true. I mean, it's one of the dreams. I'm just excited. But yeah, so next thing is we can do 3 things. Me and Pepper, we can do 3 things. The first thing is we could I'm just, wow, so many thoughts. Oh, sheesh. First thing is we could, and our main goal is we could organize a short film festival. I and Pepper will look for tons of Hong Kongers all around Los Angeles and back in Hong Kong as well, and ask them to submit short films to us so that we could screen it. Actually, mostly LA, I guess, because it's gonna be awkward. Anyways, that's that. Call for submission. And there was an embarrassing moment when so she talked about that, and then she talked about the podcast with John L. That's the second thing we could do, is we could hop onto the podcast with John L. and actually host the podcast, which is something that's like fucking awesome. I want to do it. I love film history. I love talking about film. I'm good at English. Let me on. So, yeah, looking forward to that. And I wanted to say at that point, I was like, oh yeah, I listened to that podcast. Oh yeah, John L talked about second new wave. And I responded with Anho, but then the Wi-Fi is really bad, so all they could hear me is like glitches noise, I guess. And so Miss K was like, oh, were you saying something? And I was like, oh, yeah, like for the last point I said, we could look for people in UCL and USC. And she's like, oh, yeah, of course, duh. And then she went on, and the third thing we could do, me and Pepper, is that we could, now, that's like a huge if, and if we have money, we could recreate something like the Pacific Asian Film Festival, which is apparently a San Diego or a San Francisco film festival. That includes a lot of Asians and whatever. We could do one, but just for Hong Kong, or we could collaborate with them or whatever. And we could help out. So there's that. Every time I wanted to speak, I'm like, and then like I get cut off again, like 3 times in a row. And then Miss K was like, "Oh, what were you saying?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, for your last point about the film festival, you probably know this. There's Film Freeway, and I'm so stupid. Of course she knows what's Film Freeway. So apparently Miss K is actually a professor of like film studies somewhere in the Bay Area or maybe in LA perhaps. I don't even know. Yeah, that's really cool. A lot of big names here, and Pepper also inserted some of her thoughts. I mean, I also talked about how aside from movies, we can do music and design, and she's like, "Oh yeah," like Miss K was like, "Oh yeah," and then that's it. I look like an idiot just like holding the laptop around, and my background just changes, and my webcam was like right here, so all you could see is like my neck and my head. This is the webcam angle. Yeah, like this. I look like this, so that's kind of embarrassing, but it was awesome. Like Miss K was has almost like a wavering faith, like, ooh, maybe these 2 Hong Kong are young adults. Maybe they're gonna hear me talk and will be like, ugh. But no, you can clearly tell that both I and Pepper are legit excited about this. We're both like smiling and we're like talking and stuff, and she's excited. Like Miss K's like genuinely faithful in us. And Miss K mentioned that, the whole point of HKOS is to bring Hong Kong culture back on the map. Bro, that's literally my life goal. Of course I'm working for HKOS now. Even if it means no money, I'll work. Bro, this is fucking awesome. That's the whole reason I'm living right now, bro. Come on. So, I mean, this is awesome. And I was just like thinking, man, just talking about my reason to live makes me want to cry. But I was just thinking like, man, Pepper really owes me a favor because I introduced her to HKOS. But I don't feel like Pepper owes me anything. I feel like I did the right thing. And I'm so glad I did. And then again, I'm so glad I spoke to John L in my Lanyu screening. I'm so fucking glad. I'm so fucking lucky. What are the chances? What are the odds? And I'm so glad John L is somehow important in HKOS. And I'm so glad that June 12th happened. And I was like so excited and blah, blah. But a part of me was like, okay, don't expect anything crazy to happen. Which kind of happened. Which is kind of true. Because after the HKOS gathering, not much really happened. But slowly but surely, I and Pepper are now officially getting into HKOS. And then just now, Miss K had added me and Pepper into their Telegram volunteer group of about 31 people, including me and Pepper. Or not? No, included, because at that point, she added us. And it was awesome. I'm in, baby. I'm in. Time now is 12:02 after midnight. I'm in a bit of an awkward situation, a weird situation here. So again, follow up to Aoba's Instagram story about the feature film. I wanted to tell Pepper this, thinking that maybe Pepper doesn't know this, or maybe Pepper knows, but just want to tell her that I want to do it. So I told Pepper that, hey, remember Aoba's Instagram story? She's like, yeah. And I said, oh, well, I asked Aoba and then the director on Instagram if I could be the PA, be a PA on their set. And I told Pepper, yeah, but she hadn't responded to me, the director. And Pepper's like, oh, really? Because she responded to me. What? So Pepper's also like in on this as well. Fuck. This is war! This is war! I feel like both me and Pepper also like vibe on the same wavelength, but at the same time it's also like we're just aggressively looking for film opportunities. I feel like Pepper's like ahead of me because she has the dance video and then she has the makeup thing last semester. But anyways, I digress. The woman responded to Pepper, but didn't respond to me. What the fuck? And Pepper told me to ask her again, so I did, and I'm still waiting for a response right now. Yeah. So I actually asked the director again on Instagram. She didn't even read my message. If she did, it would say seen, you know? But she didn't, which is really weird. So I hope she reads my message later. Now that's awkward. If Pepper does take this job as PA, and I don't because she somehow didn't see my Instagram message, then Pepper will be going there on Sunday, being PA, working on her first feature film, all happy and stuff. And I'm the fucking loser, and I'm going to just go to church, I guess. Because otherwise I'll be sulking in my bedroom. It's a good thing it's still going to be a while until Sunday, so maybe she'll check her Instagram. If the director's like asleep now, she'll wake up next morning and check her Instagram. But she also has like 26,000 followers, so I guess tons of people DM her on the daily, and she just missed me. Yeah. Sheesh. This is amazing. Like, aside from college, like, I'm editing my college video right now. You can't really see it. It's just amazing how much I can fill up my life with just things to do. Like, the HKOS stuff, club stuff, this feature film, Alba short, Thomas short, Asian World Film Festival. Oh, and again, Pepper's ahead of me with the dance video, with the Japanese Film Festival, and with the makeup last semester. Okay? Both I and Pepper worked on Alba short. Both I and Pepper worked on Thomas short. I worked more. Both I and Pepper are doing HKOS. And if I can get into this feature film, both I and Pepper will be doing this feature film. So yeah. Don't know. Don't really know. Alright, time now is 10:32 a.m. in the morning on October 28th. Yeah, I went to bed last night at 3 a.m. exactly, I think. Or 2:55, something like that. Yeah, no, 3. And then for some reason I just naturally woke up at 8:20 and I just couldn't fall back asleep. I wasn't wide awake, I still laid on my bed, closed my eyes and tried to fall back asleep. And I did that until around 10:30 and then Cindy turned off the aircon and I'm like, you know what, fuck it. So I'm here now. Not 10:30, 10:15-ish. I brushed my teeth and stuff. I think partially one of the reasons why I didn't really have a good sleep is because I'm stressed. Because the director still had not responded to me, the director of the feature film. I don't fucking know why. Am I just being unlucky? I think I'm just unlucky. Because, yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't know what happened. I don't know why, like, Pepper, maybe it's a first come first serve thing. Like maybe Pepper went asking her for help first, and the director already found a PA and that's it. But then I don't think that's true. I think the more help they get, the better it is. It's not like, ooh, we have one PA, case closed, no more people can help us. Not a single person. I don't think it works like that. I think they welcome all help. Right? But yeah, I shouldn't be that stressed because right now today is a Friday. There are still 2 whole days. There are still 2 whole ass days that the director can respond to me. I'm gonna ask again. I'm not gonna ask now. I don't want to be too clingy. But at some point, I'll give myself a deadline. You know what? If by tonight she doesn't respond, then I'll ask again by tonight. And if she still doesn't respond, don't worry, I'll have Aoba ask her. Because the thing is, see, I've been coming up with theories now. If I don't follow that director, and she doesn't follow me back, and then I randomly DM her, I'm not just gonna show up in her DMs. I'm gonna show up in the requests, which is like a hidden page. Now the notification will still show, but maybe she just wiped out all the notifications and then she forgot about me. That's totally possible. So, but Alba follows her. So maybe she'll, maybe Alba, can help me out a little bit. Pepper also doesn't follow her, but somehow she found out about Pepper somehow. Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I'm a little stressed. But truth be told, I can't stay winning all the time. Sometimes I gotta lose a little bit. I remember back in secondary school how much of a loser I am, how much I keep losing. Like, I keep missing opportunities, I keep messing up, I keep being ignored, and I keep being disappointed. I keep, getting upset. But so far in LA, I've been receiving opportunities left and right with Alba short and Thomas is short and everything, which is amazing. And even during film 32 last time, Robin, the German guy, told me he's working on a short film right now, and he was just speaking to Eric about, helping out. Like, Eric may help out. And then I overheard them, and then I joined the conversation, and then Robin's like, oh, you want to help out too? And I'm like, sure. And it's like mid-December, so chances are I won't be able to help out anyways. But it's good. Like, just accidentally finding more opportunity for no reason whatsoever. Like, I need to stay winning. But sometimes I gotta lose a little bit, But now is not the time. Like, I trust that Pepper's gonna do fine. But I wanna be there, It's my first feature film. I don't wanna feel like a loser. Pepper's worked on her first feature film. Alba's worked on her first feature film. And I hadn't because I'm such a fucking idiot. Come on. I'm kind of angry, actually. So yeah. Aside from that, today's gonna be a relatively chill day. I'm going to do some exercise right now because I couldn't do that yesterday morning. And then today at around 2:30 p.m., I'll go out and I'll watch Tar in AMC. And today's one of the rare moments, one of the rare days when I have time to actually go out and watch a movie. And then that's it. I need to finish my PIQ. I planned to finish PIQ question 2 a couple days ago. There's biology homework, there's anthro homework, there's my short film. Lucas actually composed something and sent it to me like a few days ago. And I responded to him last night, which is amazing. It's, the music itself isn't amazing, but, oh my god. This life is so intense. Even Pepper said it herself. Like, I like this new life. It's really busy. Things keep happening, but it's all really exhausting. That's true. It's so fucking exhausting. Secondary school is also exhausting for me because I'm just overwhelmed by mountains of homework and exams and interpersonal relationships. But this is next level because if I am not busy, something's wrong. I have to be busy because I work in the film industry. I have to keep myself busy by looking for more opportunities, by working towards the application, by making more friends, joining more film festivals. by helping out more. Like, I have to keep myself busy. I'm actively hurting myself. Like, again, even back in earlier this year, like in March, when I was like really chill and stuck in my room and nothing happens. Right now it's the opposite of that. I have to occupy myself with something. It's just absolutely insane. And another thing is, like, I and Pepper are basically inseparable now. Like, every time people talk about me, they're gonna think about Pepper. Every time people think about Pepper, like, maybe I'm also somehow involved. Because now I and Pepper have this HKOS thing going on. And we're like a team now. We're like, I don't know, like those superhero stories or like whatever, where they have to come in a pair. Like, one of the side characters have to come in a pair, like a man and a woman. Like, that's me and Pepper now. Like, we're inseparable now, because so much stuff revolve around us now. Like, with Asian World Film Festival, with HKOS, with hopefully this feature film. It's like, holy shit, you know? But yeah, I'm just... Fuck. There's actually a chance she never, like, responds to me, then I'll ask Alba to help me out. But that's a low blow, you know? I'm gonna pull some strings. I can pull some strings. I can try. But yeah. And this is also a great excuse for me to go to Santa Clarita, or Clarita, because I've never been there, and I don't think I will ever go there ever again. So, yeah, the race to Santa Clarita is on. Fuck. Yeah, fuck. I also, emailed, again, I've talked about this, but a couple days ago I emailed the white guy professor and the Indian professor. If they don't respond, it's actually fine, because I'm already overwhelmed with stuff. And I'm going to speak to the counselor in person next Monday, right before Biology 3. And, yeah, right before Biology 3. And I don't think as international students we really need internships, because that shit is illegal anyways. So as long as we do very well, like, we volunteer a lot, I think that will already help UCLA and USC. You know, that'll make UCLA and USC, you know, like us more. Fuck. Like, and even if this feature film thing is, like, paid, which makes it illegal, and then I can't mention it to UCLA and USC, at least I have more experience. At least I can meet more people. Yeah. I don't know. Please respond to me. Come on. Alright, it's 12:11. I'm just growing very impatient. This is worse than the fucking paranoia with Pepper, like, earlier this month. Or like was it earlier this month? Or was it September? I forgot. It was a while ago, but it's even worse, because when I was paranoid that Pepper found out about my vlog and found out about herself, yeah, it got resolved in one day, you know? But this is like, it lingers on, and it's forever, you know, because at least with Pepper, I'll find out if she suddenly hates me or not on Wednesday, but with this, she may never respond to me. The director may never respond to me. So maybe I'll just DM her again, but this time I'll follow her, because if I don't DM her again, then she'll probably never see it. Yeah, I'll just DM her again, and if she doesn't respond, then I'll tell Alba. That's my last resort. That's my next two resorts. DM her again, like now, and then I'll tell Alba by tonight, if she doesn't give any response. Oh my god. And also, it's crazy, because I don't know, I feel like I have further understood Pepper a lot more. Like, I understand her a lot more now. Like, even back in early September, when I and Pepper were walking down the street, and Pepper asked me if I really did, like, go through secondary school in Hong Kong, or did I like come here? And that's sort of like, you know, Pepper doesn't know me that well, and at that point I don't know her that well as well. Yeah, I realized the first time I and Pepper really had some alone time together was literally my birthday, which is a great gift in my opinion. But yeah, yeah, but I and Pepper, we know about each other a lot now, I guess. And you know, Pepper's still not that interesting in my opinion, but there are some bits and pieces of her that's like worth exploring. And I think that's pretty much the same for all people as of now. Like there are some weird quirky facts about everyone, but then everyone's also kind of just normal. And I think that's real life, I guess. But yeah. Oh my god, this is so fucking bad. If she ignores me 3 times, because she didn't even read my text. If she read my text and just ignored me willingly, then okay, it's a fucking no. I got denied. I got my ass denied. But she didn't even read it, because if she had, it would say seen, right? It didn't. I'm not even gonna wait now. I'm just gonna DM her again. Because why the fuck not? Quick update here. Time now is 1:49. I didn't do anything in the last 2 hours. I'm just fucking stressed. News, she followed me back. The director followed me back on Instagram. And even so, she still hadn't seen my message. She still hadn't seen it. Maybe she saw the notification. Maybe that's how she followed me back. So at least she notices that I exist. That's a good start. But she still hadn't read my message. What in the actual fuck? Maybe she saw the notification and didn't click on it. And then, you know, stuff. And then maybe she'll respond later. But I have a little confidence now. If the director doesn't respond, I'll tell Aoba about this, and maybe Aoba will tell her. I don't fucking know, man. And also, I'm gonna have lunch now. Alright, time now is 7 p.m. exactly. I just came back home from watching a movie, and I wanted to not change my clothes and just immediately have dinner, except I also don't want to, because I actually planned a lot to do before dinner, but I guess not anymore. I woke up at 10:30 today, and I still ran out of time because I just can't do anything. I can't do shit. Apparently there's a scriptwriting club leadership Zoom meeting today, 5:15. I sort of knew it was going to happen, but since nobody talked about it, I just ignored it, and I just watched the movie. And at 4:40 p.m., Thomas talked about it. By then, I wasn't even on my phone anymore. I was watching the friggin' movie. So I missed the whole Zoom meeting. And then, of course, the burning question is, has the director responded to me? No, she hadn't. I already sent my 3rd text message. That was before she followed me, so maybe I have to send a 4th message to her just so that she'll finally notice. But I don't want to come off clingy. Again, my image really matters. I don't want to come off clingy and obsessive, so I have deployed my final resort. I DM'd Aoba about this, and maybe Aoba could do something about this for me. Fuck. I'm happy I have so many people connections, because now I can, like, if I can't get to that person, I could do this and then do that, and then maybe do this and that and this and that. Like, I have a lot of resources, but I just feel fucking bad, you know? I don't know why. So I don't have any plans for Sunday right now. I either get noticed by the director, she allows me to be a PA, and then my entire Sunday is occupied, or I have nothing to do. then in that case I'll go to the church, I guess. I don't even know. I don't even want to go to church. I don't even wanna. And my feet is bleeding again because it's so dry. Oh my god. And I don't know what's wrong with my glasses. I guess it's because it's like crushed, but it somehow doesn't fit my head anymore. Like it's wider than my head. My glasses, like the two wings of my glasses, like the ear horizontal bar, the extension, I don't fucking know, man. It just got wider, okay? Like it angled the joint between the extension ear stick with the main double glass piece stick is more obtuse angularly. So my head is now too small for the glasses because the glasses have gone wider. Fuck me in the pussy. I don't know, man. I'm just not in a very great mood. I'm listening to Death Grips and Daughters. Like there were no seats on the bus when I went to the cinemas, and I just stood. But at the end I sat down, and I don't know, man. I don't fucking know. And then yeah, I was actually a little bit late for the movie, but only a little bit, not that much. Oh man. All right, so time now is 9:36. I just finished dinner, which is cabbage, mushroom, garlic fried with 4 chicken wings, and then 316 mils of rice. That's pretty much it. Yeah. I spoke to Aoba about this, and Aoba has responded. Aoba told me that, oh yeah, apparently the director already found one person, and it's a dude, and that's that. And Alba said she may not even know who this person is. But that's weird because Pepper also got it. Pepper also got the job. And so I told Alba about Pepper, and Alba's like, "Really? That's strange. I don't really know what's going on then." So there's that. And I don't want to make Alba say something because that's not good. That's bad. Like, I don't want Alba to do something for me. But yeah, I spoke with the white guy from biology class because of the frigging post-lab and lab homework that I have to do now. The main actor for Thomas's short film actually responded to my Instagram story because I watched the movie Tar, and you know, and he asked me if it's good, and I said, yeah, it's long but good. And then he said he watched Triangle of Sadness yesterday, and he really liked it. I mean, one of the reasons why I made this Instagram story is because I may actually indirectly remind the director that I exist. Now, so here's a deal with the Santa Clarita situation. Fuck. The director hasn't responded, and I don't want to keep texting her because I seem clingy and pushy. I've already texted her about this 3 times, and I know she knows I exist. She followed me back on Instagram, and I think she only followed me back because she also saw, oh wow, Lauren the DP and Alba and Pepper also know this dude. Oh my god. And Miles also followed him. Maybe that dude is Miles. Because Miles is very passionate and active and all that. I don't know. And I still have a tiny bit of hope. So yesterday, the director responded to Pepper at around like 12 at night. And I know she's working on a feature film right now, and she's very busy. So maybe she's, one of those super duper busy people who doesn't really check Instagram until she gets off work. And maybe by the time she gets off, it's around 12 midnight. So maybe then she'll be like, okay, let's finally respond to this Enoch person. But if she doesn't, well, I guess that's it. I will try to text her one more time tomorrow morning But if she still doesn't respond, she follows me, I follow her, but yet she still doesn't respond, then it's too late. Then that's it. I'm just gonna stay home on Sunday. Fuck it all. I've lost the game. I've lost one small part of the game, and now Pepper and Aoba would have worked on their first feature films, and I don't, because I'm unlucky. So yeah, that's that. You know, it's okay. You know, again, like I said earlier today, it's you win some and you lose some, and I lose all. I don't just lose some, I pretty much lost all the time back in secondary school. And in round 2 of Los Angeles so far, I've been winning mostly. So I have to lose some, you know. But Pepper's also been winning all the time. I mean, I don't know much about Pepper, but Pepper seems to be winning all the time. But I don't know, it's just back in secondary school, I would see people like on Instagram like tagging each other because they joined this activity. You know, they're visiting the legislative council hall. They're doing Model United Nations. They're doing this and that and this and that. And I would feel like an idiot for not being with them. But then at the same time, it's my fault for not initiating. But this time I initiated. And yet, no. I shouldn't be disheartened, but I kind of am. And also, like, if you look at Pepper's Instagram posts, not that you do, because you don't know her, you would see, like, 9 to 10 comments on almost all of her Instagram posts, where people are like, wow, you're so beautiful. You know, girls being supportive, but also, like, a couple thirsty dudes asking her for her phone number. Can I have your phone number, please? I mean, to be fair, Pepper has 775 followers right now. And I only have 270. But I'm honestly really impressed that I'm at 270. That's actually kind of impressive. As of now, I have more followers than Tom and Anne. And probably a few others. I mean, I'm still nowhere near the, you know, the mean number of followers of the people I know. But yeah, you know, I'm doing pretty well. And I have people DMing me and liking my Instagram stories from time to time. Patrick also responded to me after I watched Tar, saying, yeah, it's really good. Like, wow, holy shit. That's still undeniable. But if I could go further, I will. You know, I would. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I have so much shit to do. It's insane. I have to finish watching the Cyberpunk anime. My Wi-Fi shit, so I'm in such an awful fucking mood. I carried my glass cup of water, and I walked out, and the cabinet's open, and my head hit the fucking door again, and the water fucking splashed out of my cup, and then like I just fucking raged. You know, there's a pot of water. I forgot to defroze the chicken wings, so I spent some time defreezing them, and then I splashed the water, the pot of water. And water splashed all over the place, oil splattering all over the place. It's a huge mess, and I want to just scream on top of my lungs. I want to smash down everything and scream on top of my lungs. It's funny. I've never seen Pepper mad, and Pepper has never seen me mad. But that's nothing cool, because I've never seen anyone mad. Because it's diplomacy, you know? It's diplomacy to keep calm. Yeah. Fuck it. I'll go to Ralph's tomorrow. Okay, I just thought of a pretty good idea. What if I mention Pepper? What if I mention Pepper? I just need to find an excuse to remind her. Again, this is a very extreme case. Very extreme. I'm gonna wait until 12 at midnight. And I'm gonna wait until next morning. And if she still doesn't respond next morning, then I'm gonna drop the Pepper bomb. I'll say Pepper. I'll say I know someone who also joined, and that's Pepper. Even though I can't really amount to much. But the thing is, she hasn't read any of my messages. Ladies and gentlemen, the prophecy has come true. It's 11:28 p.m. and ooh, she has responded. I'm happy I waited and I didn't send a fourth text. Oh, thank God. Oh, I was so prepared to lose this. Like, I'm so prepared that she's never going to respond to me. But she did. And, she's like, oh, I'm sorry. She didn't even say sorry. She said, oh, I just received your messages now. I just saw your messages now. What's your email and phone number? And then she told me, to do a COVID test, negative COVID test result. She told me to do it on Sunday morning. And then she asked me what sort of roles do I look for. I have no idea. I've never worked in a feature film before. So I said, I don't know, I'll be a PA if I can. I don't know if. Again, I'm not professional or anything, but if I could be script supervisor or second AD, that would be nice. Don't you already have a whole crew going on? Didn't you already? Okay, sure, great. Thank God, I stay winning. Enoch stays winning.
And then What's Spinning, One Take Reviews, Scissorx, I don't know, and Culture DTC TV gave it 7. Announced the Dream gave it a 6, and Cast 9A gave it an 8. These are some names.